Hi everyone. Have you ever been to your local Walmart, Target, or even Barnes& and Noble, just looking throughout the entertainment section, either through DVDs, CDs, or books, and you go within the next aisle, and you see this whole display of these things that you never even seen before or even heard about throughout your whole entire life. And all you see within the display name that they provide you is vinyl records, also saying vinyl record players. You have all these specific albums, genres of music, different record players, and you have even no clue, like you're standing there frozen, not knowing the history of who invented vinyl records or who invented vinyl record players, different sizes and speeds of vinyl records, and the impact that they have made within people's lives to go out and purchase these vinyl records. Which, according to luxury travel blog, Martin Buber once said, all journeys have specific destinations to which the traveler is unaware. In that case, I was that person that was just standing there staring and frozen, looking at these vinyl records. I was the traveler that was unaware, not knowing the history of vinyl records and the impact that they would eventually have made on my life. And in researching and taking the time to research the history of vinyl records, that led me back to time traveling to the 1800s, to the year of 1857. You have the French inventor Edward Lee Scott de Martinville. He created the phonograph, which was a device with a vibrating pen that would cut grooves of sound on paper disc. He wanted to create this device to allow more people to get a new understanding of sound, which in 1878, the French inventor Thomas Edison actually took inspiration and ideas of Edward Scott's phonograph to make it into his own machine, using a stylus instead of a vibrating pen to cut grooves of sound into cylinders and disc made out of tinfoil instead of paper disc, which this led to the year of 1887, according to L.com. Emil Berliner, which was the first person to create the first vinyl record player, which was called the gramophone. This eventually led to different record industries actually building and making records of different sizes and speeds. And according to the House of Marley's blogs, in 1890s you had 78 RPM records. These were the first ever records made by Emil Berliner, which they're formally called 10-inch records today. And you're probably wondering, what does RPM stand for? That stands for revolutions per minute. So it's how fast a vinyl record and record player will go within a minute, will spin within a minute on a platter, which this led to 1948 with the creation of 33 RPM records produced by the record company of Columbia Records. This is the record that holds more capability of better sound and more capability of longer time and amount of songs. So you have 20 minutes per side, so 40 minutes in total. Then the following year, you had RCA Victor, the record company, to release 45 RPM records in 1949, which these are formally called 7-inch records. And these are the smallest out of the three, which only hold within 2 songs, like 1 song on each side. And then the following year in 1950, RCA Victor also released colored vinyl records. These became more popular and more just skyrocketed and more pricey just compared to the standard black vinyl records. And within record players, ever since the first creation of the gramophone, you have all different record players to present day today. You have different record players that are designed, and in this case, you have the Victrola, which does play all the speeds and sizes of vinyl records. And this actually led to Record Store Day. Within the impact of vinyl records, with the sales surging throughout the years, you had different individual record store owned businesses and record stores coming together to grab a lot of people's attention to purchase different exclusives and different variants of artists' albums. And this actually started in April of 2008 and is still going on to today in 2020. And for the impact of vinyl records, according to newsatlas.com, since more and more companies are selling and purchasing vinyl records, according to the sales for this year by newsatlas.com, in 2020, just within half of the year, the sales has skyrocketed to 232 million. So it shows that with more people taking time to learn about the history of vinyl records and then who made the first vinyl record player in different sizes and speeds have been impacted by the history of vinyl records and are starting their own collection. So it shows that a lot of people are being impacted by vinyl records.